just starting to play jazz, and he won an award.
Yeah.
And they put a band around him to play for this award ceremony, and that's how I got to meet Phil. And over the years, I've kept in touch, so I thought that he would be perfect for the album as well. And then the only other guy that's in both bands is the percussionist, and he's the same sort of thing. I did a gig with a Persian sort of folk rock band, and didn't know any of the guys. I drove down to London one Christmas Eve, you know what I mean, to do a gig. I was asked, can you do a gig Christmas Eve? I drove down to London. I turned up on time. Nobody else was there except this other percussionist, Gabriel Nizzoli. The two of us were there. We waited 2 hours for the rest of the band to come. Then when they came, we couldn't make any sense. What do you want to play? What do you want to do? Nothing like that. But Gabe and I spoke, and we hung out. And so when I needed somebody, a percussionist for the album, I could hear what Gabe did, and that's how I met all the musicians and put them all together.
Alors, I want to know, say why did you choose the name for the records?
Ah, okay. Well, it is a combination of things. The name is built from my name. My name is Roger Inniss, right?
Okay.
But also, I was thinking about making music that was quite sensual. You know what I mean? Quite sexy. You know what I mean? So, you know, in sex there's a erogenous. People have. I don't know if it's the same thing in French, but in England it's called an erogenous zone. Whereas there's places that you can touch women, and they get excited with that. You know what I mean? Having to, you know. So that's an erogenous zone, and it just so happened that the name erogenous zone works with my name, Roger Inniss, and it's Rog Inniss. So it's called erogenous zone, erogenous zone. That's the name of the album. That's where it comes from.
The writing it's very special because there are the letters in change.
Yeah, that's right. That was the writing was designed by a young girl that I know that, you know, she's an artist, and I was just talking to her one day, and she just threw a few ideas together, and this is basically how the ideas. Yeah, it's not, you know, it looks a little bit rough, but that's, you know, great. It wasn't thought out. It was just, this is how she felt about what I told her I wanted, and this is what she came up with. Kate Thompson did a great job here.
Alors, I saw yesterday the surprise to see the bass.
Yeah.
It's very special.
Yes, yeah.
In model special for you?
Yeah. I have 4 basses made by this same guy who is in England, just outside Sheffield, a guy called John Shuker. Okay. And so I phoned up John Shuker, and he said he could build his guitars all look the same, but then I say, I want this wood, I want this electronics, I want this bass to do this, but I want this bass to do that, and so he builds it all, and then he delivers it, and that's how it works.
It's incredible, the bass. Is there many effects?
Yeah, the effects as well. Well, the effects are sometimes just there to help. You know, sometimes it's when people are listening to things, it can become boring sometimes if you hear the same sound. And so even though I have lots and lots and lots of ideas, sometimes it's hard to get all the ideas over. So the thing with the effects is that it just colors the sound of the bass a little bit, which means that the audience hears something new. So you play a new idea with a new sound, and the audience come and they hear it. You know what I mean? That's the idea with the effects.
It's very great. It's good sound. And why you play on 6 tools?
I just hear it in my head. Yeah. Some people.
It's been a long time?
15, 18 years, it's been a long time since I had my first 6-string bass.
Because I've saw in 5 and 6 it is very no many musicians.
Well, I think a lot of people. I know a lot of musicians, a lot of bass players who play 6-string bass, and it's just, I find it easy to hear the ideas. The only problem with bass, and I play double bass, upright, contrabass as well. The only problem is sometimes that when you play the ideas and it's very low, people can't hear so well. The instrument doesn't speak. So the nice thing about the 6-string bass is I can play all those ideas, but I can play them a little bit higher,
Yeah.
and everybody can hear what I'm. So that's the theory behind it.
Alors, your project this year, when you be back in England, when tomorrow?
Yes, I go back to England tomorrow. Yes, yeah.
With your projects for this year?
Yeah, I'm finishing off a recording with Steve Gibbons. We were recording an album this
Steve?
year. So I'm
We
recording.
stay in the contact together?
Yes, yeah, I'm recording with Steve Gibbons. I'm supposed to be recording an album with Sherman Robinson as well at the end of the year, November. But before that, we have 3 weeks tour in the UK.
Yeah. Maybe Paris?
I think we're talking about coming to France next year. Early next year.
Okay.
But not this year.
That's
so
cool.
yeah, so that would be great. I have another album with a Latin band playing Latin music that we have to finish, and then I've been playing with recently I've been playing with a harmonica player who started Savoy Brown, you know, the band, the blues band, called John O'Leary, and so I'm doing a live album with him, and I'm doing a little tour with him as well. So that's a handful of things that I've got in before the end of the year. It's a bit busy.
Donc c'est great year.
Yes, a really great year. Definitely is, yes.
Thank you, Roger.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Great, very appreciated.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Buy the album, buy the album.